It was 12:30 a.m. as the charter bus from a senior college in North Carolina made its way back from an overnight field trip near the Appalachian foothills. The students, exhausted from a full day of hiking and sightseeing, were sprawled in their seats, fast asleep. At the front, two professors, Mr. Victor Adams and Mr. Samuel Ross, were dozing off near the door. Behind the wheel was Uncle Joe, the seasoned driver, known for his stories and jokes. Sitting beside him was Peter, the school janitor who had volunteered to assist on the trip. As the bus wound its way through a dense, fog-covered forest, a herd of wild boars suddenly darted across the road. Uncle Joe hit the brakes hard, and the bus screeched to a halt. After a tense moment, the animals disappeared into the woods, and the journey resumed. Moments later, 21-year-old Sean Whitman, a quiet, intelligent student who often kept to himself, stirred from his sleep. Sitting alone near the middle of the bus, he rubbed his eyes and walked up to the professors. "Sir, I need to use the restroom," he whispered. Mr. Adams groggily opened one eye and glanced outside. The forest still surrounded them. "Hold on until we pass the woods, Sean. I'll have the bus stop soon," he replied, closing his eyes again. Sean returned to his seat and gazed out the window, waiting for the forest to thin. Eventually, the bus emerged into a barren, quiet stretch. Sean nudged Mr. Adams awake, who then instructed Uncle Joe to stop the bus. "Anyone else need a bathroom break? This is your only chance until we reach Charlotte," he announced. One of the students in the back, Steve Carter, also woke up and joined Sean outside. The two walked in opposite directions to find privacy. Sean returned quickly, but Steve didn't. Suddenly, Steve screamed. Sean and Mr. Adams ran toward the sound. Steve emerged from the bushes. "What happened?" "Nothing, sir. I just stepped on a thorn barefoot. Startled me." Peter and Uncle Joe had also gotten out to stretch. Just as they prepared to board the bus again, a man on a motorcycle pulled up. "You folks ain't from around here, are ya? You shouldn't be stopping in these woods after midnight. People around here call this stretch the Shadow Loop. Once you enter it, it doesn't let you leave." Mr. Adams chuckled. Yeah. We've heard about phantom loops and lost roads. Thanks for the warning. We're leaving now." Once aboard, Peter asked Mr. Adams, "What was that guy talking about? What's a shadow loop?" "Just local superstition," Mr. Adams explained. "They say the souls of those who died while traveling at night become spirits that trap new travelers. You'll keep driving and end up in the same spot over and over again." Uncle Joe added, "I've heard that once the shadow gets you, it confuses your sense of direction. You'll keep seeing the same broken-down truck, the same gas station, no matter how fast or far you go. Only sunlight breaks the cycle." Sean and Steve were quietly listening to every word. "They're real, sir," Sean said, his voice unnervingly calm. "My grandfather almost died because of one. These spirits prey on fatigue and fear. They hunt at night, wait for the most exhausted travelers, and strike when they're weakest." Steve scoffed. "Don't listen to him, sir. His aunt's a horror novelist. He's just recycling her material." "Enough. Everyone just get some rest," Mr. Adams said firmly. An hour passed. Most had fallen asleep again, but Sean couldn't shake the unease. He stared out the window, noticing something odd. "Wait a minute. Didn't we already pass that boarded-up coffee shack?" Sean rushed to Uncle Joe. "Uncle Joe, we're back in the same forest. I swear we've looped." "No way, kid. Must be your imagination." Mr. Adams, now awake again, interjected. "What's going on?" "Sir, I'm telling you we've been caught in a shadow loop. Look, that overturned semi-truck will appear again on the right." Moments later, everyone saw it. Gasps filled the bus. "Okay, maybe the kid's right," Uncle Joe admitted. The barren patch returned. They were exactly where they had stopped for the restroom break earlier. "How is this possible?" Mr. Adams muttered. "We've definitely been driving in a straight line." Again, the forest enveloped them. The same sights repeated. Panic set in. "How do we get out?" Peter asked, his voice cracking. "Only way is to wait until morning," Uncle Joe said. "Maybe pull over at that same rest point and just sit tight." "No. My aunt said stopping is dangerous. Unless it's a truly safe spot, the spirit will keep messing with your head." As they argued, Mr. Ross woke up. We in Charlotte yet?" Everyone quickly filled him in. Mr. Ross turned pale. "Wait. That sign up ahead says, 'Welcome to Mill Creek.' That's my hometown. But we were hours away." "No, sir," Sean said gravely. "That's not your town. That's the shadow trying to trap us. It heard you say the name, and it created a mirage. It's luring you in." But Mr. Ross was already instructing Uncle Joe to take the next turn toward Mill Creek. As they entered the small town, something felt off. The roads were eerily silent. People gathered outside Mr. Ross's home were wailing. He ran to the front door. Blood covered the porch. His wife, children, and parents were sprawled lifelessly on the floor. He collapsed. "What happened?" A one-eyed old man stepped forward. "She did it. Your wife lost her mind, took the blade to the kids, your parents, then herself. You pushed her there. It's your fault." "No, she would never. You left her, abandoned them. That's on you. You must make this right. End your life and reunite with them." Ross, hypnotized, lifted the blood-stained knife. "Stop him," Sean shouted. Peter slapped the blade from Ross's hand just in time. The illusion broke. "This is not real. You're all being manipulated." Angered, the crowd turned on them. Chaos erupted. Uncle Joe started the bus. They barely escaped the angry mob. Glass shattered. Students slept through the screaming. The loop had numbed them. Steve, Peter, Sean, and Mr. Adams were now covered in cuts. Back inside, Sean addressed them. "The shadow is here. It has possessed one of us. But it can only inhabit a dead body. One of us died back in those woods. The body is now the spirit's host." Everyone stared at each other. "It's Steve," Sean said coldly. "What the hell, man? You're nuts." "When we went into the woods, I saw something approach Steve. When I screamed, it vanished. That was the moment it got him." Peter grabbed a metal rod. "Back off, Sean. He's my nephew. He's not Steve anymore." Mr. Adams hesitated, then suddenly swung the rod. Steve dodged, but Peter fought back. "Stop!" Sean shouted, but it was too late. Mr. Adams lay on the floor, bleeding. Dead. "What have you done?" Sean screamed. Uncle Joe stopped the bus. He charged in, took the rod from Peter, but Peter stabbed him with broken glass. Uncle Joe fell. Dead. Outside, shadowy figures surrounded the bus. Sean whispered, "The shadow wins if we panic, but there's still a chance." "What chance?" Peter hissed. "Only one way. We find who it's controlling. The shadow is strongest before dawn. If we destroy the host body before sunrise, it dies. Forever." Sean's eyes fixed on Steve. "It's him." But before he could act, Peter lunged. In the chaos, Steve grabbed the rod and struck Peter down. Steve turned, face twisted, in a demonic grin. "Why so shocked? Of course it's me. I've been playing you all since the boars crossed our path. Sean was the first to die. I took his body. I created the loop, scared you, confused you, made you kill your own." Sean, trembling, reached under the seat, pulled out a flare. "Game over." He lit it and charged. The shadow shrieked. Smoke and ash exploded from Steve's body. The students woke up. The loop had broken. For the first time that night, the sun began to rise.